Hello! I'm back, and this time my little series of review videos is called 3Spins. It's called 3Spins because I believe that really to get to understand and know an album is to give it at least 3 listens if you can. I understand that sometimes that's just not possible because it's a crap, but usually 3 listens will give you a good indication of if an album is good for you or not. And my first outing on this is the new album by U2, which is called Songs of Experience. I don't know if this is a concept album and Songs of Innocence was a concept album as well. I have no idea. I've never heard Songs of Innocence, had no desire to listen to it, to be honest. This is the first new album by U2 that I have listened to since Pop, which I think was 97, so 20 years ago. So, what do I think of U2's Songs of Experience? Right. I think if I was really a U2 fan, I'd be disappointed. But then again, I don't know because I haven't heard a new U2 album in such a long time. This might be what U2 sound like now, and all of the U2 fans are quite happy and excited by what they've been delivered. But I'm disappointed for you guys because what I know of U2 is much better than this, right? I mean, I found it hard to believe listening to this that this is the same group of guys that were stood in the studio and wrote things like Bullet the Blue Sky and Pride in the Name of Love and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. The Joshua Tree is just an amazing album. It's this is just tired to me. It sounded really tired and unimaginative, and it was like plodding along as if it was stuck in mud. There's nothing innovative or fresh or exciting about any of it. I mean, some of the songs are good, don't get me wrong, there's some catchy enough tunes on it, and it wasn't grossly unpleasant to listen to, but it wasn't great to listen to either. There was one track that has that, you know, the distinctive edge guitar sound with all of the echo and the reverb and stuff that he does on his guitars, you know, the ding 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 ding. That's only on one track. But I was thinking about this and I figured if U2 did that on all of their tracks still, then I would be slagging them off for not changing the sound. So that I realised that they're kind of in a bind, that like if they continue doing that they get slagged off, but then when they stop doing that people are saying where's the U2 sound. And I didn't feel like this was a U2 album. It didn't sound like U2. It sounded like somebody trying to be U2. It sounded really lazy, and I was thinking like back in the day there must have been such a buzz and excitement when all of these guys were in a studio and they were jamming out songs to form them into the songs that they were writing from scratch into these big anthems that U2 became, and that must have been just so exciting, and there must have been, you know, oh god, this is gonna be huge, this is gonna be huge. And now it must be like they must be on Skype with each other and just going, it's not that shit, is it? Should we put that one on anyway? It's not that shit. And they would have all used to have been in a studio together to do all of this. And I imagine now that like Adam Clayton's on his couch doing his bass lines while he's watching the final of fucking the Great British Bake Off or something. It just feels lazy and tired and heavy and boring. And when did Elton John replace Bono as the singer? No, seriously, how many miserable dickheads will I give U2's Songs of Experience out of 5? I'm going to be very, very generous and give it 2. 2 miserable dickheads out of 5, because I'm giving it such a high score because it's not the worst album I've ever heard, but it's not a great U2 album, is it, U2 fans? Is it? It's just not. Let me know what you think. Put a little comment in if you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, it doesn't really matter. That's the beauty about music in the first place, isn't it? That it's all different and we all have different tastes and feelings about it. But for me, U2 was a bit of a no thanks, Bono. No thanks, The Edge. No thanks, Adam Clayton. No thanks, Larry Mullen Jr. I think it's quite probably time that you stop doing this. Don't you think? Like, nobody really cares about a new U2 album. Nobody cares about a new Rolling Stones album. Nobody cares. You know, I'm a massive Prince fan, right? So I understand the disappointment of later released albums towards the end of a career. I understand that disappointment, and I feel for all of U2 fans. I'm sure that you would agree with me and say that you would much rather just go out and see them performing the Joshua Tree live every year in its entirety, like they did in the summer, or a hits tour. You know, I mean, who really cares about going out and listening to any of these songs on a tour? Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, why don't you? Thank you. See you next time.